Hey guys, it's me, FreddyPopCollector, and welcome to a video counting down what are, in my opinion of course, the top 10 best FNAF character designs. Now, what makes a good FNAF character design? That's honestly a pretty tricky question to answer. Is it the scariest character, the character with the most detail, the character with the most backstory behind their design? Or is it really just as simple as that character looks good?
I don't know.
Even though I can't definitively state what makes a perfect FNAF character design, I can tell you what is, to me, an excellent FNAF character design. For me, that's a uniquely constructed animatronic with intentional backstory behind their design. So you can get a better understanding of what I mean, let's jump to the honorable mentions. First up, we have classic FNAF 1 Foxy. By far the best designed FNAF 1 character. I love all the withering details throughout his suit. It makes sense since obviously in FNAF 1 he's out of order. Next up, we have Nightmarionne from FNAF 4. I have no idea if a Grim Reaper was the inspiration behind this design, but that's what I get from it, and it's perfect for FNAF 4's story. Following Nightmarionne, we have Nightmare Freddy. It took Scott Cawthon 2 weeks to model each Nightmare animatronic, and you can definitely tell Nightmare Freddy looks incredible. Next, we have Nightmare Chica. Yeah, expect to see a lot of FNAF 4 characters today. Nightmare Chica looks like a nightmare version of Chica. It looks good. Let's move on. Rounding out our honorable mentions is Scrap Baby. Even though the new human-like hair is kind of strange, I love how the claw replaces Circus Baby's right hand. I also really love the inclusion of these lights. It really hammers home this idea that Elizabeth went back to the sister location to get parts for herself. So that's it for the honorable mentions. All of these characters were extremely close to making the top 10, but they were all just slightly outclassed by my number 10 picks. So without further ado, here are, in my opinion of course, the top 10 best FNAF character designs. Kicking us off in the top 10, we have Withered Bonnie from FNAF 2. To this day, 8 years later, this design still holds up very, very well. Withered Bonnie is without a doubt the most damaged of the Withered crew. The only one to come even kind of close is Withered Chica, but no. Poor Bonnie here is missing his entire arm and even his face. What makes the Withered face so interesting is that it's so rare. We didn't see another character without a face until Roxy and Security Breach. From a character design standpoint, Withered Bonnie is very unsettling to look at. With no eyes, there's no expression. It makes Withered Bonnie feel a bit more than the others like a lifeless murdering machine. Overall, Withered Bonnie has a sleek, interesting, and distinctively creepy design. Coming in at number 9 is a character I can guarantee almost no one saw coming, that being Freddy Fazbear from FNAF AR Special Delivery. This winter Christmas themed Freddy Fazbear is one of the most perfectly designed FNAF characters of all time. Sure, the icicle he holds in his hand is very cool, but what really sells this character for me is the texture. What I mean by that is the additional details beyond just the base model. The bumpy frozen texture, the mist coming off the suit with each movement, the cracks all throughout the body, all contribute to making this character feel so different. Even something as small as the stiff quivering movements make this character feel like a frozen Freddy. I know many won't agree, but I find Freddy Fazbear's design to be one of the most endearing and eye-catching FNAF character designs of them all. Following Freddy Fazbear, we have Glitchtrap from FNAF VR Help Wanted. This one-piece golden rabbit suit has a striking resemblance to the Spring Bonnie Springlock costume, except it has no joints, no endoskeleton, it really is just a suit. And considering this is literally the embodiment of William Afton, that is very disturbing. One of my favorite details of the design is the stitching all over the body. It really gives it a homemade feel. I'm also a big fan of the head design. It has a very interesting shape, one we haven't seen from any other Bonnie design ever. The eyes, the whiskers, the grin, everything here is spot on. The last thing I want to touch on is the vest. I just like it. I think it looks cool. This is the perfect design for FNAF VR story, a story about William Afton as a computer virus coming back into the franchise. It was a great way to bring back the Spring Bonnie suit, blending both old and new ideas. Coming in at number 7, we have Withered Freddy. In the FNAF community, the general census seems to be that Withered Freddy is the best Freddy design, and even though there's still one Freddy Fazbear I have ranked higher, I can't deny it's definitely up there as one of the best. I mean, there's a reason Scott reused this model 3 times for Withered Golden Freddy, Shadow Freddy, and Phantom Freddy, and honestly, probably more I'm forgetting. What makes it so good though? Simply put, Withered Freddy is the pinnacle in design of the Chuck E. Cheese inspired children's entertainment animatronics. It's the only one that captures that rundown robot vibe perfectly. Like I said, there is still one more Freddy higher on the list, but Withered Freddy is definitely a contender for one of the best FNAF character designs of all time. Next up, we have Ennard from Sister Location. I don't think I need to say too much, honestly. This character's origins and honestly just mere existence are so closely tied into Sister Location's plot that its design couldn't be anything but incredible. Ennard as an entity is just a combination of the other 4 Funtime animatronics in an elaborate attempt to escape into the real world, so there were many different directions this design could have gone, but what we ended up with was one of the most brilliant and disturbing character designs I've ever seen. Kicking us off in the top 5, we have Nightmare Bonnie from FNAF 4. Now, I bet you're wondering, how did Nightmare Bonnie make the list and Nightmare Freddy and Nightmare Chica just got an honorable mention? This answer may seem kind of lame, but I just flat out think Nightmare Bonnie looks good. I just think he's one of the best looking FNAF 4 characters. The 3 segmented ears are iconic. I love the exposed endo chest and foot. It adds a very unique flair to the character. The whiskers are a very nice touch, and to be frank, I find Nightmare Bonnie much more scary than Freddy and Chica. This list isn't necessarily taking scariness into account on design, but considering these are Nightmare characters, Nightmare Bonnie definitely scores some bonus points for being the second scariest character to come out of FNAF 4. Next up, we have another Sister Location character, the final Freddy on this list, Funtime Freddy. This is the one on the list I probably have the least to say about. The design as a whole is just extremely solid, the color combination is very cool, Bonbon adds that extra visual touch that makes Funtime Freddy extremely special, the proportions are very well done, the faceplates are better on Freddy than any other Sister Location character, the blueprint showing that Funtime Freddy was meant to capture kids is very chilling, and it adds that extra uniqueness quality not many other animatronics have. This is the final quote-unquote normal animatronic, so I guess you can say Funtime Freddy is, in my opinion, the best designed of any of the basic animatronics. Taking home the bronze medal is the Mangle from FNAF 2. I'm not entirely sure of the logistics of children ripping apart an animatronic without any tools and then putting it back together without any tools, but I mean, it's interesting. The multiple variants, the Bite of 87 theories, the connection to Funtime Foxy from Sister Location, there's a lot of substance to this character. Scott could have easily stuck with Toy Foxy, but by going the extra mile and making something that's genuinely horrifying with an off-the-wall insane concept led to one of the greatest FNAF character designs of all time. Coming in as runner-up is Springtrap from FNAF 3. I feel like many of you expected to see him on this list, and honestly, we're probably surprised he wasn't number 1. FNAF 3 is usually considered by many to be the weakest of Scott's original games, and while I disagree, I won't argue with the fact that Springtrap definitely carried FNAF 3's story. Said by Scott Cawthon himself, this game was designed to be one-on-one, the end of the original trilogy, you versus William Afton. So why am I telling you all this? Well, it's important for you to understand that this game's success largely hinged on Springtrap's design. Scott could not mess this up, and he didn't. Not only is the withering incredibly well done, but having the human remains still visible inside the suit, showing that there is someone inside, it was a brilliant move. The lore and raw visual intrigue of Springtrap's design is something that no other character has even come close to. And coming in at number 1 for what I think is the best character design in the entire FNAF series is Nightmare Fredbear from FNAF 4. Not only is Nightmare Fredbear's design one of the most innovative, but he's also the scariest character in FNAF 4 and by extension the entire series. The stomach mouth is very cool, the looming presence this character gives off is terrifying, and Nightmare Fredbear is overall the best designed character in the entire FNAF franchise. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you think the top 10 best FNAF character designs are? I'm pretty confident in my picks, but honestly, especially between spots 10 and 5, the list could have been switched around in any way. I hope you guys have been enjoying the more frequent uploads. I've been trying to get on a better schedule, but with that being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.